That was easy enough. Actually, before we go right into it, uh, before we connected, I was like recording plenty of videos and kind of like made a long one that I can cut into pieces later, but it was like about, I don't know, probably 10, 15 separate videos that I'm gonna do later. And it was like an interesting concept of people getting that sixth sense triggered, where they're just doing random stuff in life and they get this feeling inside that something's gonna happen, that they should run, they should stop, they should, a reaction. And then they listen to it, they trust their intuition, and later on find out that shit has happened. And I was wondering
Like
if
bad shit?
yeah,
Bad shit?
yeah. Like for example, people decide like, oh, okay, it's like let's say anniversary. They're gonna drive to a restaurant and just have dinner there with family, and all of a sudden they get in the car and they're like, no. They get this big feeling like, do not drive anywhere, and they're like, stay at home. Like, yeah, whatever. We're just gonna eat at home. And same day, a few hours later, they hear that that specific restaurant had a person going in and shooting up everyone.
Yeah.
So it's like one after another stories about kidnapping, um, a lot of people, being shot up, and uh, different cases. So like it was interesting, and I was like wondering if you had any instances like that in your life.
Oh, okay. So I guess we're live streaming now, huh?
Yeah, we are.
Hello, nobody or everybody or whatever. Yeah, have I? Uh, well, there was this time.
That's
Yeah,
my favorite story, by the way.
yeah. I was driving a truck, cross country, wintertime, ice and snow, and the road was real icy, and so I was driving slow. I'm going to go ahead and tell it. I know you've heard it, uh, but yeah. Um, so it's late at night. It's dark. It's Flagstaff, Arizona. It's out there, hills and mountains and ice and storm and all that shit. Okay, so I'm going slow, just to stay on the road. Here comes this guy in a van, and he's just flying like doo doo doo, and I'm going, God, what an idiot. So he takes off in front of me, and I just about his lights are just about out of sight, but not. And then I get up closer, and I go, oh shit, he's starting to swerve. He hits a bridge, a really long, icy bridge, and he starts going like this. And I go, oh man. And I'm talking to this guy on the radio to the trucker right behind me when just late at night. Hey, all that shit. So I said, whoa, hey, slow down. We're about to have a wreck. I just knew. I just fucking knew it. And this guy hadn't had a fucking wreck yet. But he hits the guardrail, bang, and stops. He would not stop if he slammed on his brakes, but he hits the guardrail, boom, and his little van stops just like that. And here I go. It's even before I get on this long ass bridge.
Right.
I go, oh, fuck me. I tell my buddy, wake up, we're about to have he's in the sleeper. I said, wake up, we're about to have a wreck. And so he gets up and he's climbing out. Even before I get to the super icy bridge, I hit the brakes. I slow down a little bit, but I can't hit them real hard because the whole 18-wheeler will go all over the fucking place. So I'm slow down just a little bit, and I'm good. But then he did that thing, and I go, oh, fuck me. So now, real slow, I steer my truck into the other lane to drive around them, and I'm good. I go, oh, this is going to work. And I see everything's in slow-mo. I see red headlights coming at me, and it's a 2-lane bridge. There's no, I go, oh, fuck, this is a head-on collision. So I go, fuck this. And now I have to go back into this other lane without fishtailing and jackknifing on this myself. So anyway, I just slide back over, and it's still, I got plenty of time to just slow-mo just right into this fucking guy. And he's standing like this. He's looking at me like this. I see his fucking face. He's going, And I say, you motherfucker, you deserve this, son of a bitch. We're going slow. We're only going about 25 miles an hour. So I'm just go boom, boom, boom. And I'm just bouncing this fucking thing to the end of the bridge. At the end of the bridge, he bounces over and meantime, 3 cars go flying by like this that didn't get in a wreck with me. Okay. But I'm bouncing this guy off the end of the bridge. He slides over into the ravine on the other side of the road. And then the last bump, he clipped my tire, my bumper, and it bit into the front tire. So it yanked my. So now my truck is going into the ravine with this motherfucker. Slow-mo, no, I didn't get hurt or anything. So we're at the end. We're in this marine ravine. I'm having fun. This is not a live stream. I just telling my fucking favorite story, right? so this my trailer is still stuck in the road, blocking, this oncoming lane, and a little bit of the other lane. And I'm just sitting there going, what the fuck? And I hear this guy and his wife's yelling at him, you stupid. He's just cussing them out, and she's all freaked out and panicked. And I just sit there. I go, oh, fuck this. This is fucked up. And so I just wait. I'm not going to go see how are you doing? It's like, you fucker, you get out of your truck and ask me how I'm fucking doing. You started this shit. Anyway, it all clears up. People stop and they help, the ambulance comes and stuff. And the truck driver behind me also followed us all back to the last gas station where we all parked it, and the truck's still in the fucking ditch, all that shit. But he comes up to me and says, hey, thank you so much for letting me know what was going on, because I hit my brakes as soon as you said that, and I still came that fucking close to clipping your trailer. And that would have been a super clusterfuck wreck then. So, yeah. That's as close as I can get to saying, having a plane ticket in my hand and going, no, I'm not going to take this flight. Everybody dies. I didn't do that. But yeah.
Still, that's a good one. I mean, like, I had like different experiences, not on that scale that most people have, like, and probably because it's a safer country and not that many weird things happen. We don't have murderers and other things like that, ish, yet. We'll see. Yeah, but my closest one was like just crossing the intersection, and I get this feeling of stop, like no one's there, but just like my body doesn't let me walk, so to speak. And a few seconds and I would have walked, and there's this casual Beamer guy going at 120, just random fucker. But yeah, I would have been flying. That was like the lucky time when I listened to myself. The other time
the other time I just listened, right? Oops.
Yeah, but anyway, give me just one moment, and yeah, we can get into our topics. Užuotė, mes važiuosim šiandien. Jo, tai man tada 30 minučių ir baigiau. Okay, 30 minutes and we'll wrap it up. But yeah, when it comes to out-of-body experiences and stuff, we can think of if there's something we'd like to talk about, but we also had people asking, one guy's asking like, hey, if I was to cross over, can he delete the memory of the afterlife so that he wouldn't get bored of it?
Wow, could he delete the memory of the afterlife so he wouldn't get bored with the afterlife?
Yeah.
Okay. It's probably possible, but what I've noticed when I go out of body, and you can share your thoughts too, well, we're in those realms, we don't have the mind that we have here. It kind of stays here. That whole thing about, what am I going to do today? What am I going to do tomorrow about this and that and the other thing, all this stuff. It's just clean. It's just not there because you're in a world where you're immortal. You don't have those kinds of concerns, but you're very focused on the environment that you're in. And so this causes me to be very in the now in those realms. So there's not a pressing memory concern thing while I'm there. So it's not like I have a concern about wiping my memory, because memory over there is not a concern. If you want to remember things over there in the past, from over there, the past over there, you can do so. But it's not in your face, and it will only happen if you choose to remember. So there's nothing to fix.
Yeah. And
That's how I see it. Go ahead.
I think a lot has to do with how we understand afterlife, because from the way this person is asking the question, it seems to me, and I'm assuming stuff, and I might be wrong, but it seems to me that this person imagines the afterlife as, let's say, one stage, one realm, where he goes to after death, and it's like, think of heaven or whatever that looks like Earth, and it's one experience that will be repetitive, and the person will have like, okay, that's just the way it is and how much there is to it, and I'm stuck, and can I be having fun if I know everything there is to it? But if we imagine it like one closed off reality with limited experiences, then yeah, it would seem like it's almost like watching a movie where, okay, this is how much fun I've had knowing that there's so many stories in it, and can I delete it to just have fun and experience something new in that one closed off reality? But we don't have to close off ourselves in such limited terms. And I would say it's not just one realm, but more like a never-ending experience, to the point where once you die, there are limitless possibilities with tons of different realms, tons of beings, and whatever you choose to do. Like, of course, people get bored. This is why we're here in the first place.
Yeah.
Because like there are so many experiences where we had billions of years having the peaceful, romantic, loving life, whatever you would call, and whatever you would want to experience. Like now that you're looking from this perspective of, I'm here on Earth, I'm stuck, I want to get out, and what would you like to experience? And then you look at the world the way it is right now, and you kind of like done with it, and you want to have the opposite of like having fun and chill. But if you would live that life for billions of years, of course you would get bored, and you would like something new, which is why you look for challenges, which is why you're here. But yeah, tons of possibilities out there. So it's not just one closed off limited realm that you have to delete from memory, but it's more like consecutive experience with new things to add all the time. And like Rich says, there is no case, there is no mind, so you don't have all of these like, oh my god, like pondering thoughts and things that you carry over from like something bad happens and then you think about it all day long. Like, no, you can let it go and just like focus on something new, or look at that scenario and explore all the possibilities of that one event, and so much more to it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I have something else to say about it too.
Sure.
Like when you're having a dream or a lucid dream, you're not automatically going to remember or think about the physical world. You can, but it's not like in your face and you're getting triggered. It actually takes a little effort and intention to remember that you have a physical body in the physical world when you're in a dream world. And so you normally don't even think about it. You're totally involved in the world or the realm, the dreamscape that you're in. So in your afterlife, no matter what kind of afterlife you go into, you're going to be very engaged in that. And it's going to be it can happen where people are thinking about and stuck in a traumatic incident in their earth life, but that's not normal. People normally can just like, done, I'm free, and they never look back, sort of thing.
Absolutely.
Now, you can go into all these wonderful realms and belief system territories, but some people will have a belief system in place through religious training or philosophical teachings, and they're expecting and believing in, and thus gravitating to an afterlife realm that is a match to their beliefs. And so they can go into one of these realms where you will be reincarnating. You will be with other people that want to evolve spiritually within that given religious teaching or philosophical teaching. And you'll want to ascend or go higher than where you are in your immediate afterlife realm. And you have loving people, and they might encourage you to do a past life review. And now you've had to be encouraged to look at your memories in the physical world. But once you do, you're going to be shown some things that aren't so appealing. And it might give you the idea or the motivation to listen to their story. And their story will be, hey, just go back one more time and fix this one little thing. And then you can ascend next time. All right. So that's your afterlife memory stuff. If you go back in, reincarnate, and you do this whole thing in physical life, and then you drop dead again, and now you're in your afterlife, that is something you're going to want to remember. If you're getting bamboozled, you want to be able to remember that. So, and I'm not saying you will automatically remember that when you drop dead and go into between. Normally, it doesn't happen, but to consciously want to wipe the memories or cause yourself amnesia is probably not a good idea. You'll be fine on default mode where you won't be bothered with that sort of thing. So it's not something you have to concern yourself. That's my perspective anyway.
Yeah, and I also like understand some people like why they would want to do it. One thing is getting bored, but the other thing, imagine having an experience so good that you want to repeat it and have it just as pleasurable. And it happens a lot to people who, let's say, watch a certain movie, a TV show, play a game, read a book, and it has such an amazing story and get you so involved and engaged that after you're done, the depression hits. It was so good that you're looking for the next thing that will be as good and you're not finding it. And you would like to experience it all like from new again without remembering jack shit so that you would at least enjoy it as much. So it happens like, but it can get into one of the biggest traps where people, out of the boredom or out of like wanting to experience the same, can get into this trickery of returning here.
Yeah, okay, one more thing on this. So it's possible, there's science fiction stories about this sort of thing, time travel and time looping and clones and virtual reality games and stuff. It can happen, or imagine the possibility of you live a life in a game world, but it's virtual reality, and it's really, really fun and good. And so when you get out of it, you got, like you say, kind of depressed or let down, and you want to do it again. Same thing. So you got this delete memory button, delete game button, and you can start fresh. It's going to be the same game over, and then you do it again, and you can get addicted to this. It's like taking a hit on your favorite hard street drug, and go whoa, and you want to do it again and again and again because you're addicted to it. So we can get addicted to the pleasure moments if we don't have that contrast of the upside and the downside and all that. So not remembering, there's a statement for staying aware, so you can access the memory when you need to, but not. I can see the part where people they'll get triggered. They'll see something here and it'll trigger the negative, and it'll make them feel bummed. So I understand why people would not want to remember too. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. We have Eddie asking, is it possible to break a curse from lucid dreaming?
I'm not sure what the question means. How would you interpret that as a question? What are they asking? Do they have it in a lucid dream, they're being cursed in the dream, or they're in a dream, lucid dream, and they want to break a curse that they're involved in the physical world? I'm not sure.
I think that would be the second way, like, let's say doing spiritual work or breaking the curse when you're lucid dreaming. That would be my interpretation.
Okay.
I might be wrong. Like, Eddie, you might want to add a little info.
Throws a bone here, Eddie.
Yeah,
No,
but actually, like, a lot of people are asking often, like in my YouTube comments and stuff, like, can you do the spiritual work, like remove soul contracts and entities and other things in the state of out of body, astral projection, lucid dreaming? So I think like it would be from that perspective.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's a really good place to do that kind of work. If you're really good at lucid dreaming and you're really interested in doing your inner work like that, yeah, you can just write your little program, and or some of the things you're really interested in doing, like breaking the curse, and get into the lucid dreaming astral realm, and this you would do your imagining of the what caused the curse, who was involved, and it doesn't have to be technically accurate in the physical world. You're
Yeah.
using your imagination in a higher plane, and this imagining, especially when you imagine the curse breaking, you have to imagine how you're going to break it. You're going to have a technique or a strategy, but then you can do that in your lucid dream state, generally speaking. Your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely agree with you. And because there are things I've done from my own perspective, my own experience, like dealing, like, let's say, soul contracts or entities and stuff. But I also had other people share what they did, and also share success stories, what happened after they did it. So it's like, it's not just me and you making shit up, but like there's a lot of others who have done it and have had positive results. And one of it is, like, for example, being a targeted individual, so similar to curses, because there is something after you that's constantly getting in the way of your life. And this lady, like, different beings, and let's say psychics or people, like free layer agencies and entities and ETs, would mess with her. Different groups, different factions, different interests. So she would be targeted, in her financial area, like a lot of the finances being blocked, and like not getting as much exposure as she would like, not getting the clients, or people like buy stuff from her but then ask for a refund, and like they have this massive interest, and all of a sudden switch within minutes and become like complete opposite and become aggressive towards her and stuff, kind of like trying to patch the business. So like occasions like that, or relationships being targeted, where it's all going really good and the person switches again and then becomes aggressive. So like different groups causing it, and different things in life, areas that are being targeted. And what she would do, she would get out of body or consciousness shift, or from a lucid dream state, she would go after the groups that are targeting her. And even if it was a person in this life, she would go into the astral, targeting the astral aspect, and kind of like duke it out. Some people are good at having deals and like shaking hands and, okay, we're gonna be friends from now on. But when you have a really negative person trying to mess with you, trying to ruin your life, and whether it's a real being or, let's say, free letter agencies or others, they target you and you go after them in the astral. And it's not just like, hi, I see you, I'm gonna kick your ass, but you go like, do you have a spaceship? What are you involved in? How many aspects do you have? And you go after one after another, kind of thing, and you kick ass. Well, that's what she did. Real life changed within days, where everything flipped. The business starts growing really fast, like a lot of things in relationships that were going wrong. People stopped changing and switching into aggressive and narcissistic, or lying and jealous, and they were normal, interacting like normal people, interested with their own issues and triggers, but it's not like she was targeted and stuff. So there are a lot of times where you can go after what's messing with you, whether it would be soul constructs, whether it would be entities, whether it would be people, but yeah, definitely like works.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Thanks for sharing that, Akila. That's wonderful. It reminds me of these people I work with. It's a whole group. They call themselves, they're astral warriors, and they're all excellent lucid dreamers, and they go into the astral and lucid dream state, and they duke it out with the bad guys, the cabal, and this, that, and the other thing. 3-letter agency guys, goons, ETs, aliens, creepos. They do that stuff. But as far as results in the physical world, one time they went to this. They go as a group. They'll meet up as a group over there. But they were over there as like it was a cabal stronghold. In the physical world, it's one of those places where, like in the basement or the dungeon,
Right.
they're literally holding children.
Yeah.
Physical children, trafficking kids. So that's what they were targeting, and they found this place. And one of the things they did in the astral, once they got the kids out and they're fighting the goons and the bad boys and stuff, one of the guys fried the place, basically. He imagined into existence a huge beam of light. He's like, just clean the place up. The next day in the real world, some video popped up about, weird anomalies going on in the world. And there was a big bright light beam right there in that locale. For real. It was like, what the fuck?
It's amazing.
So yeah. So the lucid dream stuff, it works because everything in the physical world is inspired or because of what we think and feel, focus on one level or another, on real deep level of subconscious level or even conscious level. That's that manifestation stuff. So we do it in the imagination, and a lucid dream is just like your imagination on freaking steroids. Okay, so yeah, it works. Good question.
Yeah. We have another one from Creative Collective saying, I had a dream my father told me about the Arcturian taking care of him and my mother, but they both passed away. And can you give me any insight on that? It was a very powerful dream I never forget. And my father was a highly religious man, which was strange that I would have a dream like that.
Did he have the dream that the Arcturians were helping, or did the mother and father told him? I forget.
In a dream, the father that has passed away, just like mother, told that the Arcturian is taking care of him and the mother.
Oh, okay, got it. Thank you. Let me give you my take on it. My take is that that's the real deal. Yeah, you got a real message from the real Arcturians, and family, that even though mom and dad may have been not appearing on the surface to be connected and got a good place to go and stuff, deep down they did, and this was just a dream that helped make you feel more comfortable with it worked. So I'd go with it.
And that's another thing. A lot of people, whether they're religious or more into what we consider, they took the blue pill, they're stuck in the matrix and stuff, and once they die they're gonna go to heavenly realm or the hell or other place like that, purgatory. They might, but it doesn't mean that their life ends there. They get out, and everything that they have experienced on Earth, like, they know, but there's just so much out there that they're exposed to different realities, different information, and even then, like, when they might have a choice, let's say they might be religious, and they have this option of, let's say, going to a heavenly realm, and they get out, and they meet Arcturians who are saying, hey, well, let's go with us, and you can have a different kind of life, and you can experience, like, heaven if you want to, but, and they give their arguments and stuff. So, it's like, we had tons of sessions with, like, Rich and I and other people who were asking about parents and siblings and other people that have passed away in their family, and they're like, well, how's this person doing? And we'll look, and that person have never been into anything spiritual, and like, well, does the grandma still think of me? Hell, grandma doesn't give a damn about you. She's so busy doing stuff in the afterlife that whatever she experienced on Earth, she's like long forgotten. Not a thing from her life. She doesn't want to come back though. So we have so many experiences where they might have a whole different belief system, might not be connected to anything in what we would call spiritual regards or reptilians and the Matrix, but they leave and they know about this place and they don't want to get back. So yeah, definitely, like, that's a real thing.
Yeah. Like grandma's not grandma anymore. She might be like, an 18-year-old girl, and she's an officer in the fucking spy corps for the galactic whatever the fuck, and she doesn't want to be like looking at some fucking 40-year-old motherfucker going, and that 40-year-old motherfucker going, grandma, I'm not your fucking grandma, bitch. It's not that bad. I'm just saying. But yeah, you can get a new life going.
But that would be in this case. Imagine with all your knowledge you have of this life, and your physical body drops dead, and you have a chance to get out. And so now you experience reality you want. People think of like, where would I go once I die? And whether it's your own realm or you get to experience the different places and meet your soul families and other things, it's like you're having fun, learning, experiencing a lot, like finally kind of having your rehab from Earth, and you get this telepathic call from your great grandson saying, Grandpa, how are you doing? Do you still remember? Like, do you even give a shit? It's like, you're so done with this place, you don't even want to get
really.
back.
Yeah, that reminds me of this calling on your ancestors. You know, you're going to do it. It's okay, and I mean, it's valid work, but at the same time, you sit around the campfire and call on your great super ancestors, like American Indian or something like that. You know, hey, I am in 1,000 years or 500 years, I'm going to be somebody's fucking ancestor. Are they going to be sitting around a fucking campfire calling on me? I go, excuse me, everybody. I know we got a space war going here, and I got to man the guns and shit. But my great grandchildren are called. They need me.
Yeah, they want the spirit-guided voice, right?
Yeah. Hello, dear ones. I am here to help you. I'm your ancestor. It's like, what do you want, little motherfuckers? What can I fucking do? I'm busy.
What kind of trouble did you get into this time?
Yeah. But it's not like that. You can find your wise and great and wonderful ancestors, and they can help. I'm just saying, there's more than one point of view on that shit.
Definitely.
Okay. I love the levity. Yes. Keep it light, Rach. Okay, go ahead.
Keep it light. Let's go with this one. Blackjack is saying, maybe you guys should think about the good and evil instead of meaningless details. And
oh, yeah. Oh, that was supportive. Thank you. You know how good that made me just feel? It's not white jack either, is it? It's what color is the jack? Black? Oh, that's why I feel so fucking good with that one. Did you ask it again? Go ahead.
It's not a question, it's a comment. And
I know, right?
I wanted to read it because when we look at this good, bad, right, wrong, all this evil stuff and good stuff and all, it doesn't matter. That's exactly the meaningless stuff, because if we look at the duality, we get stuck into the matrix. We get stuck of identifying with an aspect of us and a certain story and buying into the thing that exactly traps us. This is exactly the moment, like, if we're focusing on good and evil, right and wrong, this is exactly what traps us in the system, because we're trying to solve something, and in this, like, chaos and order, it's a cycle that's going to be repeating, and no matter what you do, it's always going to last, because this is exactly how things are set up. When you leave the matrix, when you get out of duality, all of these experiences, it doesn't matter if it's like Trump or, you pick on some other figure, like even Bill Gates, and you look at all of the things they've done and how much stuff they have caused that actually poisoned humanity and suppressed everyone, and everyone's thinking, oh, he's evil. When you get out, that shit doesn't matter. Evil, good, bad, wrong, like, nope, you're not going to give a damn, because you're so busy creating and doing something you like that all this stuff that we would think of karmic and, duality-ish, that's the meaningless stuff.
Yeah. Wow, good. Well said. Can I say something too?
Sure.
This was good. I'm glad you brought up this. Hey, we're getting poked with a stick. Let's fucking, we're going to go run, or are we going to run back in the cage and hide behind the fucking food pan? Anyway. Here. Okay. Let's don't focus on the details. Let's just, let's focus on the good and evil, or, okay, do you like this? Without the details, it would be a good idea to learn how to get out of body. This is not the details. It'd be good. It's good to learn how to get out of body, because you see what's going on behind the scenes in the higher planes. Okay? So get out of body. That's it, motherfucker. No details about how to do it or anything like that. No, don't take a fucking course and learn how. That's too many fucking details. Let's just talk about the good and the evil. So the good and the evil, this is basically the duality of the physical universe. Good, bad, right, wrong, hot, cold, all that stuff. And when you focus on the good and the evil, you're focusing on duality. And duality is designed to be like that. And how is the good going to triumph over the evil? I'm a good person, but I have evil thoughts. We're focusing on good and evil. You're wasting your fucking time because it's a trap. It's not a trap, it's a game. But when you get into it, it's going to be about the good and the evil and the right and the wrong. It's not going to be about freedom, liberation, consciousness, expansion. And so if you focus on duality or good and evil, it's going to lock you in. It doesn't matter if you're being good or you're being evil in your mind, the way you think, it's going to lock you. It's the one end of the stick. It's one stick, good, evil. You hang on to this, you're hanging on to evil. So that's why we don't normally fucking do that, motherfucker. Anyway, but thanks for, watching. I don't know why he's watching this shit, but why you're watching this shit.
That's why I would look at the subject. Let's say even life on Earth, the most primitive thing, animals eat each other in order to survive. Are they evil for eating someone in order to live? Well, no, it's just the way life works here. Are you evil for eating an animal? No, because this is how you survive if you want to live. So if you don't want to experience anything, go kill yourself. Is it good or bad?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Let's talk about the real evil. Let's focus on evil and the good. Okay. Are reptilians evil because they like to eat children? For real? Well, the argument would be no. And somebody else go, what? Are you fucking reptilian? What are you taking their side? You're evil, motherfucker. I know, right? Real evil. There's a lot of evil in this planet. If we want to talk about the evil, and we're going to talk about the good, and how the good is going to overcome the evil. No. Work on yourself. Wake the fuck up. Realize that shit's going on. Don't judge it. You can judge it evil, or you can say, that is reptilians eating babies. It's not good. It's not bad.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah. It's just the way it is. But we do feel it emotionally, good and bad. We're connected to a physical body, and the physical body has its own emotions. And it's like, what do you mean eating fucking babies? That's evil. And so now you've got your body's, relative understanding of things, and the body does work on this dual terminal universe, this polarity, this duality, and good and evil. So yeah, the body's going to think and be really wanting to focus on good and evil, and that's okay. If you're not the body, you go, I get you. They're really bad, huh? Oh, yeah, they're really bad. Okay, well, let's go on. So
yeah. That's good. We have a few more questions, and after those, I'll have to run. But Eddie's asking another one. Is it possible for animals to reincarnate as humans or a higher level of consciousness?
Why would a fucking squirrel want to be a human?
That's it.
That's it.
The end.
But yeah, I'm not saying every squirrel is got that kind of horsepower in their little squirrely mind and brain, but there will be some beings who have incarnated as a squirrel, as a rabbit, as a bear, as a tiger, as a lion, as a fucking something, organic something, not human. And in another life, they might choose to be a human being. Or they can be a human being this time, no telling what they were before, but now they're being human. And next life, I want to be a little rabbit. Why? There's a lot of coyotes around here. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I want to be a coyote then. It's possible, yeah. In my perspective.
And that's one way to look at it. The other way I would add is that we think of animals as something lesser often, as looking at how the physical body works. Oh, it's a dog, so it's gonna go sniff and walk around and bark, and this is how it works, and it's just a dog with consciousness, yeah, but it's not advanced like us, because look at us, bright pigs.
I know. Look at those stupid buggers.
But that's the thing. You work with people, you look at life, and if you connect to an animal, it doesn't matter if it's an ant, a snail, a dog, a horse, or someone else, a dolphin, or an octopus. There's consciousness in it, and those beings as wise as can be. And you get out of body, and look, that being is with you out. Like, my dog goes out of body with me a lot, and sometimes he's in the dog form, but he can be humanoid dog, or like canine, fully like with clothing and talk and speak and understand me, and he tells me shit that I do stuff with him in real life. Like, we go for a walk and we get out of body, we meet, and he's like, hey, this last time you did this, and he gives me crap about stuff. He communicates, but it's like full understanding, full blown understanding, so much beingness, and advanced as can be. Like, for example, like, in physical body, we might not get as much interaction because we don't understand their language or because of the differences of our worlds. But once you get out there, that same consciousness that is in that body is so freaking advanced, and sometimes even more advanced than us. Because we get so connected to this aspect and the problems and the mind games and the system. They don't. They're not fucking brainwashed. They don't have, like, woke stuff going out there. No, they're as free as can be, enjoying the perception, enjoying life, which is why they come here. Like, if you had no other things messing with you, limiting you, you would like to have that kind of body, which is why they come in that form. To experience, to support, to help, to have fun, and get out. Not to solve shit and help humanity and wake everyone. Like, they don't need that stuff. They're not stuck in that game. So they're playing on a whole different level.
Yeah, oh, that's amazing. Thank you. I got another one. Yeah.
Go on.
The Irma, the giant space cats, right? Okay, they're fucking lions and tigers and leopards and cougars and all that shit, and they're extremely intelligent and they're fierce and they have their own spacecraft, so they can build shit, and they're a fierce warrior race. But just like kitty cats, they love people. Okay, so they're allies to the human extraterrestrials, right? Okay, so now some of them can incarnate as a house cat or a lion or a tiger, or another way to put it is the Irma. One of them was communicating, ET contact thing, and he said that the cats, the giant cats, the lions, tigers, and all that stuff on Earth, and house cats are aspects of themselves. They're brothers, or they're beings of like kind, right? So you could say that a very highly intelligent space Irma cat could incarnate as a cat. Okay, and then next life, he might want to incarnate as a human. Can't figure out why he would want to do that, but he might want to do that, and so he could. So the point is, or he could go back and be our Irma giant space cat again. The point is, as consciousness, we have the ability to incarnate into many, whatever kind of organic life form we want. And different beings, over thousands of incarnations, they find a preference. They might find one, I like being human, so I identify with being a human. Others might be giant space cat, and they're in a human body in this life, but it's a one-time off. It's like they identify with being Irma, or giant cat, and it's their preference, but they wanted to give this a shot, maybe 2 or 3 lifetimes, but they want to go back to being whatever. And I'm just using the giant space cats as an example, because it could be anything.
Oh yeah.
So you're going to meet people on the fucking street that are literally insects. Okay, advanced, highly intelligent, fucking insect lives that they live many of those, and they're trying on the human thing. There's, Jesus, the guy is creepy. Well, no shit. Maybe.
And that's another thing. Like, consciousness loves to experience a different kind of body. We're in a human body; it's easy for us. But imagine, being like cheetah and like being able to run as fast, being an elephant and being as strong as an elephant. Like, there are a lot of conscious beings who, as we're talking, like, they might take a feline shape, they might take a canine shape. There's a lot of arachnids out there. Spire comes at you, just as conscious, just as intelligent. Mantis out there, we're looking at them as like one of the bigger groups who does a lot of like damage to humanity. Look at all this mind control. It's just Mantis. You wouldn't think they can do shit, but look at them. Like, so they just like physical bodies, and like there's differences in physique, there's differences in perception because of those, but the conscious being within is just as intelligent and just as high as, you know, like most of us wouldn't consider that, but they are.
Yeah. Wow, you're doing a great job of picking off these questions and comments and stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot, by the way, and I'm looking at the time like, okay, got to run.
Yeah, well, that's okay. Whenever you need to wrap it up,
Yeah.
it's fine. Okay.
I'm looking at one, and I know I would love to expand on it, but I'm like, you know, like timing is really squeezing me, so maybe next time we can pick it up.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Yeah,
Hey,
so quickie, but thanks everyone for watching and tuning in. We have plenty of people here.
oh, good. Yeah, thank you everybody for showing up. And we're going to be doing more and more of these. We haven't got the guts yet to like make it a schedule predictable, but we enjoy doing it together and enjoy your company here. So thank you
Yeah.
for showing up. Stay
Absolutely.
tuned. Yeah.
All right. You all
Okay,
take care.
Okay, and thank you, Agvila. I'll talk